When you think of Abraham Lincoln, a few things probably come to mind. The 16th President of the United States, the emancipator of slaves, and the man with the iconic stovepipe hat. But there's so much more to this fascinating figure than what we learned in history class. Today, we're diving into 20 lesser-known facts about Abraham Lincoln that will surprise and intrigue you. Whether it's his unusual hobbies, strange encounters, or quirky habits, these hidden gems of Lincoln's life will give you a fresh perspective on one of America's most beloved presidents. Let's uncover the secrets of Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln, born in a humble log cabin in Kentucky, had a life full of surprising twists and turns. To start, did you know that Lincoln was a licensed bartender? Before his presidency, Lincoln co-owned a tavern in New Salem, Illinois, called Berry and Lincoln. While the business eventually failed, this venture into hospitality is a little-known chapter of his pre-political life. Despite his formal demeanor, Lincoln had a humorous side. He loved telling jokes and entertaining his friends with witty anecdotes. In fact, he was known for his exceptional storytelling ability, which he often used to disarm political opponents and charm audiences. His sense of humor was a vital tool in navigating the intense political landscape of his time. Another intriguing fact about Lincoln is his encounter with the paranormal. According to reports, Lincoln had a vivid dream about his own assassination just days before it happened. He dreamed of walking into the East Room of the White House, where he found a covered corpse guarded by soldiers. When he asked who had died, a soldier replied, "The president." This eerie premonition has fueled many debates about Lincoln's connection to the supernatural. Lincoln's love for animals was well known. He had several pets during his time in the White House, including a turkey named Jack. The story goes that Lincoln's son Tad grew attached to the bird, and Lincoln had to issue an official pardon to spare Jack from being served at Thanksgiving. This event is often cited as one of the origins of the presidential turkey pardon tradition. Lastly, Lincoln was an avid wrestler in his younger years. Standing at 6'4", he was a formidable opponent in the ring. He participated in approximately 300 matches and only lost one. His wrestling prowess earned him an induction into the National Wrestling Hall of Fame. This physical strength complemented his intellectual and moral fortitude, making him a well-rounded and resilient leader. While Lincoln is often remembered for his towering height and distinctive appearance, not many know about his battle with depression. Lincoln suffered from what was then known as melancholy. Despite his personal struggles, he remained resilient and focused on his duties. His experience with depression gave him a profound sense of empathy and a deep understanding of human suffering, which influenced his leadership style. Lincoln's passion for reading and self-education was another defining aspect of his character. Growing up in a poor family, he had limited access to formal education. However, he was an avid reader and often borrowed books from neighbors. He read everything he could get his hands on, from the Bible to Shakespeare. This voracious reading habit helped him develop his eloquent speaking and writing skills, which became key assets in his political career. Interestingly, Lincoln was also a skilled inventor. He holds a patent for a device designed to lift boats over shoals and other obstructions in a river. Although his invention was never manufactured, this patent makes Lincoln the only U.S. president to hold a patent. This lesser-known fact highlights his inventive and curious nature. Lincoln's relationship with technology extended to his presidency. He was the first president to use the telegraph extensively to communicate with his generals during the Civil War. This use of cutting-edge technology allowed him to receive real-time updates from the battlefield and issue direct orders, revolutionizing military communication and strategy. Additionally, Lincoln's views on education were progressive for his time. He believed that education was a fundamental right and a crucial tool for personal and national development. He supported the establishment of land-grant colleges through the Morrill Act, which provided states with federal land to create colleges focused on agriculture and the mechanical arts. This act laid the foundation for the modern American public university system. Lincoln's interest in the supernatural wasn't limited to his premonition dream. He and his wife, Mary Todd Lincoln, held séances in the White House in an attempt to communicate with their deceased sons. Mary Todd was deeply interested in spiritualism, a popular movement at the time, and the couple's attempts to contact the dead further fueled Lincoln's reputation as a man connected to the mysterious and unknown. Despite being known as a great orator, Lincoln had a high-pitched voice that often surprised those who met him. His speeches, however, were so powerful and moving that his vocal tone did not detract from their impact. His Gettysburg Address, though only 272 words long, is one of the most famous speeches in American history, demonstrating his ability to convey profound ideas succinctly and powerfully. Lincoln's appearance has always been a topic of interest, particularly his trademark beard. Interestingly, he grew his beard on the suggestion of an 11-year-old girl named Grace Bedell. In a letter, She told him that his face would look better with a beard, and he took her advice. Lincoln's bearded look became iconic and set a trend for future presidents. Another little-known fact is Lincoln's connection to baseball. He was an early fan of the sport, which was gaining popularity during his presidency. He even attended games and hosted the first baseball team, the Washington Nationals, at the White House. Lincoln's support helped boost the sport's popularity, paving the way for baseball to become America's favorite pastime. Lastly, Lincoln's assassination is well documented, but fewer people know about his assassination attempts before the fatal night at Ford's Theater. On his way to his inauguration, there was a foiled plot to assassinate him in Baltimore. Lincoln had to disguise himself and take a different route to ensure his safety. This incident highlights the constant danger he faced and his determination to lead despite the risks. Lincoln's presidency was marked by his dedication to the Union, but his political career started in much humbler circumstances. He served 4 terms in the Illinois state legislature and 1 term in the U.S. House of Representatives. His early political career was not particularly distinguished, and he even stepped away from politics for a period before returning to the national stage. This persistence and resilience are hallmarks of his leadership. Lincoln's dedication to justice extended beyond his political actions. As a lawyer, he was known for his honesty and fairness, earning the nickname Honest Abe. He often took cases pro bono and believed in the law's power to protect the vulnerable. His legal career helped shape his views on governance and justice, influencing his approach as president. Another fascinating aspect of Lincoln's life is his love for literature and poetry. He was particularly fond of the works of Edgar Allan Poe and Robert Burns. Lincoln often quoted Shakespeare and Burns in his speeches and writings, drawing inspiration from their themes of human struggle and resilience. This literary inclination enriched his speeches and writings, adding depth and emotion to his political messages. Lincoln's approach to leadership was also deeply influenced by his cabinet, which he famously called a team of rivals. He appointed his former political opponents to key positions, valuing their diverse perspectives and expertise. This inclusive approach helped him navigate the turbulent times of the Civil War and demonstrated his commitment to unity and collaboration. Lincoln's commitment to the Union and emancipation is well known, but his views on slavery evolved significantly over time. Initially, he sought to limit the spread of slavery rather than abolish it outright. However, as the Civil War progressed, he became more resolute in his belief that slavery had to be eradicated for the nation to truly be united. The Emancipation Proclamation was a pivotal moment in this journey, showcasing his growth as a leader and his unwavering commitment to justice. Lincoln's personal life was filled with both joy and tragedy. He married Mary Todd in 1842, and together they had 4 sons. Sadly, only one of their children, Robert Todd Lincoln, survived to adulthood. The loss of their sons, particularly Willie, who died while Lincoln was in office, deeply affected both Abraham and Mary. This personal grief was a constant companion during his presidency, adding a layer of human vulnerability to his public persona. One of Lincoln's lesser-known achievements is his role in establishing the Secret Service. Ironically, the legislation creating the Secret Service was signed by Lincoln on the day he was assassinated. While its initial purpose was to combat currency counterfeiting, the Secret Service eventually became responsible for protecting the president, a duty that might have saved Lincoln had it been established earlier. Lincoln's legacy extends beyond his political achievements. He had a profound influence on American culture and society, shaping the nation's values and ideals. His leadership during the Civil War, his eloquent speeches, and his dedication to the principles of liberty and equality have left an indelible mark on the country's history. He is often ranked among the greatest U.S. presidents for his ability to navigate the nation through one of its most challenging periods. Lincoln's assassination on April 14, 1865, was a tragic end to a life dedicated to public service. He was shot by John Wilkes Booth at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C., and died the following day. His death was a devastating blow to the nation, but it also cemented his status as a martyr for freedom and unity. The outpouring of grief that followed his assassination reflected the deep respect and admiration the American people had for him. In conclusion, Abraham Lincoln's life was a tapestry of remarkable achievements, personal struggles, and enduring legacy. From his humble beginnings to his tragic end, Lincoln's story is one of resilience, integrity, and unwavering commitment to justice. These 20 lesser-known facts provide a deeper insight into the man behind the legend, offering a richer understanding of his extraordinary life and contributions to the United States. If you enjoyed learning about these hidden aspects of Lincoln's life, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue to uncover and share fascinating stories from history. Thanks for watching, and we can't wait to explore more together in our next video.